up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome to Throwback Thursday, where every single week we sit down and create a look with an older eyeshadow palette from my collection that's always chosen by you. Now moving forward, the series is going to look a little bit different here on my channel because I did start a new job. It is Monday through Friday and I want to be able to maintain my work-life balance, so I don't want to commit to sitting down every single Wednesday night to film these videos for y'all in case something comes up. I work late, I'm tired, life happens. So this series will be shifting to Tuesdays, I believe. We are going to have Throwback Tuesdays here on my channel. That is going to be very strange to say, but I am excited about it. It gives me the flexibility to film these videos on the weekend instead of committing to doing it during the week for y'all. But with that being said, I also don't know if I will be able to continue on with my bonus videos every single week for y'all. Maybe every once in a while I will have the time to get them up. I love going through my collection with y'all. I know there's several of you that love watching them with me. So we will see what happens, but either way, I will still have my poll over my community section with the names and pictures of each of the palettes. That way y'all can cast your vote for the palette that you want to see. But now that we have all of that out of the way, let's move on to our Throwback Thursday this week, because our winner is the Glamlite Garfield palette, and I love this palette so much. It is by far, I think, my absolute favorite one from the brand. The formula in here is phenomenal. The shimmers are incredibly beautiful. Like, we have a really unique color story. I love the warm tones with the mix of the yellow and the blue in here, and these shimmers are insanely beautiful. I will definitely swatch them out for y'all. And this palette is currently on sale, like deeply discounted on the Glamlite website. So of course it will be linked and listed down below in the description box, as well as everything else that I use in today's video to complete my look. So per usual, if you're ever curious about anything I use in any of my videos here on my channel, always check the description box to squeeze as much information as I possibly can into that tiny little space. But without further ado, let's zoom in, prime my eyes, and get into creating our look. Alright y'all, so per usual, my eyes are primed and ready to go with my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly, and we are ready to dive into this bad boy and create our look. And I am so excited to create a colorful look with y'all today. I have not gotten to do so all week, which we will get into in just a few minutes. But for this look, I want to play with the blue. I want to play with like that cheesy yellow shade up there, maybe a little bit of brown to deepen things up. And as far as shimmers go, I have no idea because all these shimmers are insanely beautiful and decisions are really hard. So we'll figure it out when we get there. But I'm going to go ahead and start with this blue shade down here, which is called World's Cutest Kitty, and we are going to kind of build up my outer corner. So I'm going to pick that up with a BK Beauty 206 brush and start to kind of pack it out here right on my outer corner. I don't want to oversaturate it. I want it to be a little softer than what the shade is fully capable of. You can go in really heavy-handed with this shade and really build it up nice and deep, but I don't want to take it too dark. So I'm going to kind of build it a little slower and go in very lightly handed. But anyways, I am so excited to be sitting down and filming for y'all today. It has been a week. It is Wednesday evening. Well, I say evening, it's still light outside. It's like 5:30. I get off work at 4, so I got home and kind of refreshed my makeup a little bit, and I am sitting down to film this, and this feels so good. I have really missed doing this every single day, but work is going really well. I'm enjoying it. I like the people that I work with. I like the atmosphere that I work with. It's not a hard job by any means, and it's definitely not like a lifelong job. It's not anything that I aspire to do for the rest of my life. I did mention in my get ready video where I kind of announced that I had gotten a new job that I've really been thinking about going back to school, and I'm definitely going to make that happen. So things are definitely going to change for me, but I'm excited about it. But of course, I am not going anywhere on here. I love creating content. Even if I have to take it down to fewer videos a week, I will still be here. I love this. Like I said, this is my happy place. This is very therapeutic for me, and I just really enjoy it. But so far, work is going really nice. Like I said, enjoy everybody I work with. I enjoy the atmosphere, and as far as like makeup goes, I think I can wear a little bit of color, but I don't think I would be able to wear anything like this. Like, I can probably do a pop on the lid, maybe the inner corner, maybe a little something on the lower lash line. But as far as something really bright and vibrant and fun, I just don't think it's going to fly, unfortunately. But I want to build up my outer corner. So we're going to go in with this shade right here, which is called Silly. It's a really deep brown shade. And I am going to pick that up with a Morphe M506 brush and just deepen up my outer corner a little bit. it. But the reason I'm saying that is the atmosphere that I'm working in, they like to keep things very calm, very serene, very, you know, just kind of stress free. And while I'm perfectly comfortable wearing colorful makeup and, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Expressing myself, it also depends on the environment that I'm in. So like if I'm the only one doing it, I feel like there's a huge red flag or like arrow pointing right at me, and I don't like to draw that much attention. So I kind of like to go with the flow and kind of blend in a little bit. It's more a comfort thing than anything. Like I said, I think I can definitely get away with some, but I can't get away with too much is what I'm saying. Okay, so I do want to bring a little bit of that down onto my lower lash line as well, just kind of lining it up with everything else that I have going on my lid per usual. And then I think for the rest of my lower lash line, I want to do that sort of cheesy yellow shade in this palette and also kind of bring that into the inner portion of my crease as well. We might go back with a little bit more of that blue shade and kind of put it over here, but we're gonna go ahead and start small and we'll figure it out as we go. So I am going to pick up this shade right here, which is called Weekends, with a Sigma E45 brush. And I'm gonna start by kind of putting this right here in the inner portion of my crease and bringing it over to that blue shade. And when I get to that blue, I'm just gonna kind of tap it a little bit. I don't want to over blend it because it will 100% mud out with that blue shade, and I don't want that. I want it to just have like a nice contrast. I want it to flow from one shade to the next the best that it can. And then I'm also going to bring this down onto my lower lash line as well. So same brush, I'm just gonna fluff it right along here, bringing it over to the inner corner but not into the inner corner, and then kind of stopping right where that brown shade is right there. But I think we're gonna kind of leave the lower lash line like this. I like that extra added pop down there. But I wanted to give a huge thank you to everybody for all of your sweet comments, your kind wishes, your words of encouragement that you were sending my way. Like, it is very scary getting back into the workforce, especially something that you've never done before, and like completely doing a 360 on your life. And while it has been really scary, it's also been really exhilarating as well. Like I said, I've really enjoyed it, but it is so different from anything that I've ever worked in before. But let's move on to shimmers. I really like what we have going on the lids. I think this is so much fun. It's colorful. It makes me really, really happy. But I don't know what shimmers I want to do for all over the lids. So let's swatch these out. First of all, we have this one right here, which has a little bit more of a purple shift to it. This one is insanely beautiful. This one is called Catitude, and look at that. It's like a purple, pink, gold shift. So insanely beautiful. And the other one I'm toying with is this one right here, which is my favorite shade in this entire palette. And this one is called Teddy Bear. This is the one that really caught my attention because look at that. Oh my gosh, isn't that insanely beautiful with like that red, orange to yellow shift? I love that one. Next we have this one right here, which is going to be Heart of Gold. So let me find a clean finger and we can swatch this one out as well. So that is Heart of Gold right there. I'm telling you, if anything in this palette, it's the shimmers. Let's do our last three that we have. So we have this one over here, which is called Nap Attack. I love that. It is so cute. So that one is right there. It's a little bit more of like a greeny gold shade, whereas this one is more of like an orange shade. And the last one that we have in the palette is going to be Abu Dhabi. And this one is that one right there. So that one's a little bit more pinkier and this one's a little bit more on the orangey side, but look at those. Aren't those insanely beautiful? Which one do I want to do all over the lid? That is the question. I'm kind of thinking maybe this one right here, which one is that? That one's Heart of Gold. Maybe we should do Heart of Gold. The purple is gorgeous. That would be fun too. But, let's do Heart of Gold all over the lid, and then maybe we'll do a little bit of Nap Attack on the inner corner, or maybe kind of pop it in the center, and then we'll take it from there. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with my NYX glitter primer per usual, and we will put some shimmer all over this lid. All right, so I went ahead and picked up the shade Heart of Gold on my BK Beauty 203 brush. I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, and we're gonna pop this all over the lid. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Instant gratification right there. It's so smooth and reflective. I'm not getting any fallout with this. It just looks absolutely beautiful. And what I love is that when it's bumped up to like that yellowy shade, it definitely looks a little bit more yellow. But out here where it's kind of next to that blue and that brown shade, it looks a little bit more on the gold side. Just really pretty flips in this shade. All right, so to finish this look off, we're gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Nap Attack, and that is this shade right here swatched out on my hand, and we're gonna pop that on the inner corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up with a Morphe M709 brush, spray it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus yet again, and like I said, we're just gonna pop this in the inner corner, kind of blending it up onto the lid, dragging it down onto the lower lash line. I like to make sure that I don't have just like a blob of lightness and brightness right here on the inner corner, so I kind of blend everything together. But look at that. Oh, it is so insanely beautiful. All right, y'all, so this is the completed look, and I absolutely love the way this turned out. I love the sort of blue smoky outer corner with like the orange and the yellow all over the lid. I just think it looks insanely beautiful. It is sparkly, it is shifty, and this makes me so, so happy. I'm a little bummed I have to wash this off in a few hours and go to bed, but it is what it is. But let's go over what I used to finish off this look. So of course we can turn the lights down, see the shimmer, the shift, the sparkle, and close out this video. So in my lower waterline, I went in with a Melt Slick Line Waterline Eye Pencil. This is in the shade Ivory. I lined my lid, of course, with my ZC liquid liner. And for mascara, I went in with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Big Deal Mascara. All right, y'all, so that is going to complete this week's Throwback Thursday video. I had such a good time playing with this palette and creating this look for y'all today, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did and you were able to get just a little bit of inspiration from this. But I will have my poll for my next throwback video go up tomorrow on my channel, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And as always, if there's ever a palette that you want to see included in my throwback videos, leave it down below in that comment section, and if I have it in my collection, I am more than happy to pull it. But let me know all of your thoughts while you're down there as well. Let me know which palette you voted for. If you have this one in your collection, you plan on picking it up, what you thought of the look. I want to know it all. Let's have that conversation. Light up that comment section, and as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching my video and spending your time with me. It truly does mean so much to me. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up before you leave, hit that subscribe button, and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. And until my next video, have a good one. Bye.